Hey guys, welcome back to the Build and Chat. I'm here with lovely Kaitlyn, who's going to be helping out with some more stuff today. We've got a lot going on and a lot of things to fix, and we've got a new camera so you can see what Kaitlyn is working on too. It's right under my ugly mug. So if you look under my ugly mug, right down there, you can see what she's working on too. So, hopefully that'll be helpful, and then the chat will be right under that. Let's get started. So you are going to work on today what?
The roads. This one is finished.
Well, it's not finished.
Almost finished.
It's dry brush, but we got to put some stuff on it.
Yeah. The paint is finished.
Yes.
This I still have to dry brush 3 different colors, but I think this one's going to turn out better because the holes are deeper so you can actually see it.
Uh-huh.
And then painting food that Mara and I made.
Yeah, so they made some clay food for...
Rakith's sister.
Yeah, Rakith's sister. They made some nice clay food and baked it, some little miniature food for our market stalls. So we're going to be working on the market stalls today. Also, I want to see if we can get the TARDIS all finished up. Now, last time, the only thing we got left to do is this top bit, the light. Last time I tried putting the, I glued all this stuff together upside down. So in here, the ring and the posts. And
did you do that on purpose?
No, yes, I did it on purpose so that I could flip it over and it would be the right way. But when I went to pull it up, it all just fell apart because the super glue and these things weren't strong enough to hold. So we're going to attack this a little bit different way, which I think is going to be better anyhow. So we'll get to that in just a minute. So in the meantime, you can commence working on whatever it is you want to be working on. What colors do you need?
Gray and white. Gray, 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 and white.
Gray, 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 and white. Hey, we have a big gray here.
We take a dark gray, we dry brush
That's
it
pretty empty.
heavy. Then we take that exact gray and add a little bit of white to it. Then we do it lighter than the last one, but not too light. And then
Here, see how that is. That's a big bottle of pewter gray.
And then we take plain white and we dry brush it extremely lightly.
And
so I only need 2 colors. And
then we're going to be working on... So my wife went out and got us some nice thin dowels so that we can make the market stalls. So we've got these nice little thin dowels. So these will be the posts for the market stalls. So we'll be working on that later. And let's see. So she's going to get to work on the roads. Assuming, is that dark enough?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a good base gray. So don't make too big a mess. Don't get it on these. Because if you get it on these, they're completely ruined forever. And this is, $8 million a square stuff, this foam. You probably ought to start at some point today working on another road section too.
Okay, I used this for dry brushing last time.
Did you? Yeah. I don't know. That's fine. Probably going to want to get a paper towel. So, all right. So, the TARDIS. So, what we're going to do here is I've got some, just some old, dusty, just packing plastic. Any old packing plastic. This one's a little bit thick, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice off a bit here. What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Somebody followed our channel 54 seconds ago.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
Nifty, nifty.
But why doesn't it change the number? It still says 54 seconds.
Well, it'll, because it only refreshes every once in a while.
Oh.
See, it just changed. All right, so we are going to...
Why is that green? Why does that look green?
Why does what look green? I don't know. Are you crazy?
It looks like an olive green.
All right, so we're going to make here a thing, but I got to get it to the right size. So I want it... How tall do I want it? It's going to sit down in here. So I'm going to want it about that tall, maybe. So we need a slice that tall. And man, I don't know where my metal ruler has got off to. That's a problem. I need a good metal straight edge. But that's a problem for another stream. So, all right, so I need to cut this, and I want it here. And guys, speak up in the chat if you can't see something, or if you have any questions, or I love to chat. So, you know, just feel free to ask me anything. That's why the AMA is in there. You can ask me anything. I may or may not answer it, depending on what it is, but you can ask. I need, how am I going to do this? I really need a straight edge. Hey, Diane.
My arm.
I need a metal ruler.
They have plenty of metal rulers.
Please.
It's theirs, not mine, so I have no clue where it is.
We have an off-screen assistant. We call her producer, because she gets everything we need.
I used to be that, and then I started...
And then she started actually being an artiste.
I've been an artiste.
You an artiste?
I've been an artiste for like 2 years.
You have. Well, look harder.
It's yours. You should know where yours is. What is that? That's it's a... That scared me. I didn't know what that was, but it's a stormtrooper.
Oh.
It's just really zoomed up on his face.
My desktop background on the stream machine. So, anyway, we got kind of a new rig. You can see the camera there behind her is her over the shoulder. Thank you, my dear. It's her over the shoulder cam, and that is that's new this week. I mean, the camera's not, but the rig is, so that we could get it in the right place. Because she's been doing this stuff for several weeks and nobody can see what she's doing. So we thought we'd fix that. All right, now that I've got a straight edge.
Well, technically you put this up here for D&D.
Well, I did, but then I realized that we could use it for this too. So, hooray.
There's just spots of gray on my paper towel.
All right, so here we go. What I'm going to do is just make a cylinder out of this and put the ring around it and glue that together. Then once that dries, we can put the posts in it and glue those in, and I think that'll be a lot easier than what I was trying to do before. So I've got to get...
Is this looking better?
Huh?
Is that looking better?
It is, yeah, because it's deeper stones, so I think you did a good job there. So, man, the super glue kind of made a mess of this copper wire too. It kind of corroded it a little bit or something. I didn't know super glue would do that to copper, but it's kind of weird looking. Anyway, so this stuff may be too thick for this small of a ring. This kind of thick plastic, but we'll see if we can make it work. Right? Oh, see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of, when I try to bend it around, it's actually so thick for this that it's making bends in it. I got too many things to look at once. That's looking good, hon. This end is a little weird. What's going on there?
I think that was the part that I forgot to do.
Oh, so it's just not as deep?
Just cover it up with grass.
Okay, we'll cover it up with grass. That's cool.
I think I forgot to do that.
All right, so let's make this a little small. How am I going to figure out how big I need this? Just trial and error. There's got to be some way to do this, right? If I measure this thing, it's a circle, so there must be some way to figure out what the interior. There's some geometric. All right, all you geometry students out there, tell me what the formula is if the inside diameter of this ring is 1 centimeter. Okay, it's 1 centimeter, and I need to make something. I need to get the length of this so that when I curl it around, it's 1 centimeter. How do I figure that out?
These are kind of big pies.
Big pies?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to paint some of the food?
Yeah.
Cool.
These ones are carrots.
Yay.
That's another pie. That's some cheese. That's some cheese. Fish.
All right, so now listen. This is some kind of painting that you haven't really done before. You got to think about
shading.
Well, you got to think about shading, but you also have to make it really tiny, and you have to put a lot of detail in it, or it'll look weird. Okay, so like the pies, you have to paint them, and then you have to put some little like if you're gonna make a cherry pie, put a little bit of dots of red inside where the slits are, so that shows through, and then you got to shade the stuff, and you got to do it with tiny brushes. Okay, it's gonna be lots of fun. You'll learn how to do it. But just get real close and think, if this was big, how would it look?
She made potatoes, and they have little eyes in them. And then there's some bread.
So we're going to have all kinds of cool food at this market.
What is this?
We just got lots of stuff going on here. What is... I don't know. I didn't make it. You guys made it. You tell me.
Oh, she tried to make sausage a pie, and then she went like that. But then the rest of it got pressed down. And
so maybe that's some kind of flatbread now.
It does look like it could be flatbread.
Okay, so we'll make it flatbread.
Cool. Flatbread with a lump in it.
All right, so...
What is this? This is steak.
Yeah. So if I make this, let's start out with 3 centimeters. So diameter...
These are still kind of bendable, but... These
hey,
are
Diane.
Sausage links that I made.
What's the formula for diameter of a circle? For the perimeter of a circle, if I know the diameter. Is it 2 pi r?
Yeah. Sausage is like...
So pi d?
Okay.
So I know that if the diameter is 1 centimeter,
I feel like this...
multiply that by 3.14, so I need 3.1 centimeters, right? So 310 millimeters.
This would be sausage colored, right? Sort of sausage.
Or 31 millimeters. Oh.
Sort of sausage.
Well, a little more brown than that, maybe.
So.
I mean, yeah, they are kind of reddish, but it needs a little brown in it. But you could paint them like that, and then actually paint them with that, and then if we dry brush a little bit lighter on it, I think that'll actually be pretty good. Because sausage is ground up meat, so it'd be kind of bloody, right?
Yeah.
Well, it is. I mean, that's just what it is.
You don't have any super tiny brushes.
Yeah, I do.
I have to dilute this, right?
Yes, you're going to want to dilute that. When you're working with small stuff, you want at least probably like 50-50 dilution. And really, we'd want to paint that with better paints, but I don't think it's going to matter for this stuff. We'll see. All right, so my mark is there. So we just score this, snap it off.
Oh, we get to have a daddy-daughter night tonight.
Yeah, that's right. All the other, so there won't be any D&D tonight because the other 2 daughters are going.
Eric's going too.
Yeah, Eric, Rakith, and the other 2. Well, everybody that's involved in D&D is going to a board game night tonight, so they won't be here. So it'll just be me and Kaitlyn. So we'll probably I don't know, do a daddy-daughter night and play some weird free-to-play video games. See if we can find some winners in the free-to-play arena. Right?
Are we going to eat dinner together, or are we going to eat it?
No, I'm going to make you eat in the closet.
No, are we going to eat with them?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what time they're leaving.
7. It starts at 7.
So, maybe. I don't know. All right, so let's see here.
We usually eat at 9.
So that's a little weird because it is... Let's see. What brush did we use for this? That may be a little too watered down. Yeah, that's more of a wash than a paint.
It was 50-50.
No. I think it's a little more than that. But anyway, it's one of those things you just have to kind of play with. But if you're not getting any coverage, I mean, that's kind of a wash almost. You want a base coat, so you want it to cover, but you don't want it real thick. let's see. I need to get this kind of pushed out in the middle because see, it's kind of flattening up there.
So it'll cover, but it'll
Doing
dry
some
fast.
weird stuff on the inside.
Like
so
this.
Yeah, it'll dry pretty fast. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can you hand me that paintbrush can over there, please? Just the whole cup of paintbrushes.
And scissors and
whatever's in there.
things.
Yeah, all the pointy things. All the pointy, standy-uppy things.
Where's the handle? I'm gonna kill myself because there's scissors in here.
Thank you. All right, so one of these brushes we use to actually make this one. All right, so if I put this in here, that should make it round. And it did. Look at that. My plan has worked. So let's get this lined up.
Flu shots.
Push it up there like that.
I don't have to get shots until 7th grade.
Where did that come from?
It says flu shots.
Oh, on the paper. I was like, that's weird. All right, so we're going to get a little super glue now that we've got this one here.
See, I'm not just completely random. I have reasons.
You kind of are completely random. You're a really random kid.
Because of you.
And we're just going to put a couple little dabs of super glue on this.
I finished that one. I finished 2 of them, Daddy.
And we're going to leave that to dry.
From this angle, they actually kind of look real.
Really? Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. That was a good color choice.
I told you.
I like it. I like it. All right. So now that that's
or
going,
in the
so
words
what we're
of
going to
Mommy,
do...
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So, all right, we let this dry. Let me get, can you hand me a paper towel, please?
Is it okay if there's paint on it?
Yeah, I don't care. This is crafting. It's messy. It's a messy business. All right, so we're going to wipe off whatever excess super glue we've got here because we got some excess. And we're just going to let that dry like that really good. And then we're going to see if we can get it off of this paintbrush.
Should I make it Swiss or cheddar? Colby Jack. This is usually cheddar, right?
Yeah. Yellow would be good because it looks more cheesy from up far. Yeah, that's a pretty good color, I think. And then on the inside, you make it a little lighter, like a light yellow or almost a white. Because remember, cheese wheels kind of have that crust on the outside, and then the inside is lighter.
I've never had a cheese wheel.
No, don't pour it. Don't pour it. Don't pour it. That's way too little stuff for that. What you do is just get. Oh, that was your dry brush.
Yeah, but I've been doing that.
Oh, okay.
I just dry it off when I'm done.
Yeah, you just go float, 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 and it'll get. Yeah, that's probably good. Actually, you don't need that little bit of paint. You don't need too much water.
You said 50-50. That's
Here,
nowhere near 50-50.
You can move this over into
my sausages.
area, so they put it on the other side of you. That way they can see what colors you're dealing with. You know, we want to make it nice for the audience, right?
Which color is what? It's a guessing game.
All right, so now
You'll never know.
I've got to figure out how to get this off of here because I jammed it on there pretty good, and I probably shouldn't have.
This looks like mustard.
It's going. It's going.
I love mustard.
And it's collapsing. It's collapsing. All right, so I'm gonna need some more glue in there on the parts that are collapsing.
There. Now I'll take. Oh wait. Ooh, I have an idea. Ooh. Always shake your
ring of super glue.
Ow.
There. A whole ring of super glue here. Just put it all the way around. There. And I think what I'm going to do...
Okay, a little bit more yellow.
is kind of paint this a little yellowish, because
A little bit more, yeah.
on the images you see of the TARDIS, this is kind of a yellow light, so it's a bit yellowish. So
is that good for the inside? This.
You're putting that way too close to old eyes. Yeah, that looks cool. You might want to wait until the outside is dry, though. I wonder if you could make a little sliver, the little sliver that came out of that cheese, to put next to it.
That's a tiny piece of clay.
It is. But this is all tiny stuff.
Oh no, I put it on the
sausage. Oh no.
Oh
no, not the sausage.
Potato time.
Alright, so...
I think I should just mix this and this.
You should, huh? So we're going to give the TARDIS bits a little time to dry. And in the meantime...
Time is mean?
Yeah. We're gonna get our apple barrel here. So we made this last time. It is a barrel with some red peppercorns on it, but it needs a little love for the touch up. So I'm gonna I need some brown.
I made brown.
Yeah. I need brown. Brown. Oh, I've got a million browns in here. Asphaltum. That's probably, yeah, it looks about right.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Hey, Tiny Bricks.
Who's Tiny
Tidney Bricks. Tiny. Okay, is the J silent? That's cool. Tiny Bricks. Time can be mean. Yes, it can be.
Oh
no. It
I...
certainly can be wibbly wobbly and timey wimey.
I knocked the camera.
Oh no. Whatever shall we do? J is silent. Cool. Tiny Bricks.
I'm almost got the potato color. Does that look like a potato?
I don't know.
Brown?
You tell me.
More brown.
More brown?
Not too much.
Okay.
More brown.
More brown. Timey wimey. Yep. Timey wimey. Wibbly wobbly and timey wimey.
That looks like a potato. I think. Potato. Yes. Potato.
Yeah, that's pretty potato looking. All right, so I'm going to need a little brush. A little brush. And a little bit of this stuff. Oh, I'll just use this. That's cool.
I got
no, it's cool.
Potato done.
We'll just make up a palette as we go here. I just need a little touch up anyway. I'm just in charge of touch ups here.
This looks like a good steak color. The steak should have a white thing going through it like a real steak does.
Yes, it should.
Where's my lemon? Did you get rid of my lemons?
No, I didn't get rid of anything. Just put everything in the bag. All right, so that's a good little touch up.
What is that?
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So the TARDIS is basically just built this out of, this is foam core, and the foam core box, and then a bit of balsa wood on there, a little bit of copper wire painted silver, and a little piece of foam there, and just paint and balsa wood there. And then I just printed these out and put them in GIMP and made them small and glued them on.
Should I make the fish gray or purple?
Gray? Why would you have purple fish? What's the...
Who's Maddie Monster? Hello.
Hello, Maddie Monster.
Hi, Larry.
Thanks, Larry. Bacon of Legend. We call him Larry. Just so the rest of chat isn't so confused as to who is Larry.
Oh, Larry.
Nice exotic fish. Why not? Yep. You know, I mean, could be. This is a fantasy world. So, you know, maybe they have purple fish. You know what? You go, you do you, girl. You do you.
Technically, there are purple fish.
There are. But you usually don't find them at a market for sale for food.
Who cares?
Well, I know. All right, so I need, let's see, I need a lighter red.
More gray.
That's okay. That's just red. That's good. So we can. So how's everybody in Chatland doing today? We're just over here painting, having fun.
Purple fish at market. It is a fantasy world. Someone could be selling rainbow sharks.
Rainbow sharks. That's right.
These ones.
There's a big bubble there.
Your sister did, Larry. They're little fish. She even put eyes on them. Look at that.
She did. She's very creative and cool.
They're a little bit big. They're a little
Rainbow shark.
They're a little bit big, but they look so cute. She tried to make them smaller.
Okay, I'm not quite sure we're going to go that far, fantasy world. Rainbow sharks. I mean, what kind of silliness?
It kind of looks like a shark.
What kind of silliness are we talking here? She's cool.
Who's cool?
I don't know. She. Somebody she.
Who's she?
Maybe you.
Thank you.
Because you are pretty cool.
Yay.
I like you. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I like you kind of, sort of. Maybe a little bit.
He likes me better than my sisters.
Not true. Not even a little bit true. Came across your channel. Well, thanks, Tiny Bricks. I'm glad you decided to hop in and have a chat. We love to chat. Because we just sit here and paint and chat and have a good old time every Saturday.
Yeah, I want the old rainbow shark. You want the old rainbow shark, laddie? That would be 500 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Think your wallet can handle that, mate? And yes, I was talking about you and your ladder, Victor.
You young lady. Yeah, they're older. They're twins
16.
and they're older, and you know they do their 16-year-old girl thing.
I am writing right now.
So they don't hang out with pops anymore, you know, because they're too good for pops.
I love my pops.
I know you do. You hang out with pops because you're not too cool for me. You're a big old nerd like I am. You like all the nerdy stuff. No, they still do.
Lucy.
Oh, we're getting a doggy. Doggies come in. We dog sit for people, so I know being nerdy is the best. Nerds rule the world. That's right.
And nerds aren't just like people who like school.
Nope.
I mean, I'm a nerd in like.
No, nerds are people who like Doctor Who.
He was working on it.
Is the TARDIS completed? Not quite. We've got to get just the light up here. Otherwise, it's done. But I'm waiting on a bit to dry. So I'm working on some other stuff while I'm waiting on that.
Ooh, purple.
All right, so now we've got a barrel of apples, of apples for the market. Nice. So where's everybody from? We're hanging out here in Central Florida.
It's hot.
About 30 minutes from Mickey Land.
Climate change. It's gonna be hot.
It is. It's kind of hot today. But it's Florida, so everything's hot.
The high was 88.
Actually, it's not as bad as it could be.
That's true. Yeah. Usually, I am from the
Netherlands.
Nerds are people who, in general, are okay with being themselves.
That's right, Maddie.
One more cherry on top is...
Yes, I just got to put the cherry on top.
Oh, she's from the Netherlands, too.
Well, cool. We're getting a lot of people from the Netherlands watching our channel. I don't understand.
And
England. People in the Netherlands are cool.
I know, right? It seems like every weekend we get somebody else from the Netherlands, and now we've got two at once. That's really awesome. So how are things in the Netherlands?
I can hear him talking outside.
I mean, what is crafting like a big thing in the Netherlands or something? Because we seem to get a lot of people from the Netherlands that come hang out with us.
Feel like
or am I just lucky enough that they come and do that? All right, how am I going to do this?
Mom keeps on saying my name. Why are you saying my
How am I
name?
going to do this? All right, so. Oh. Well, so see here now. I guess that's why we get two at once. But that's cool. Well, I'm glad you guys stopped by. Netherlands is what? GMT plus 2 or 3? So, yeah, 4:30 in the afternoon. Oh, thanks for the host, Tiny Bricks.
Huh?
I really appreciate that.
What's that mean?
He's playing us on his channel while he's not streaming.
So that means more people will watch us if they're watching him?
If they were watching him, they'll be seeing us. So that's a very nice thing for him to do, and I appreciate that.
Do you
We
like
thank
my
you.
fish?
Purple fish. You do you, girl. You do you.
I also made a gray one, but I made a purple.
Yeah, I hope they do. I really like meeting new people. It's fun when we get to talk to people, especially people from other countries and stuff, because I love learning about other cultures and just talking to people about, like, we have this girl that comes on from Australia a lot, and we got to talking about, snacks that they have in Australia that we have no idea what they are.
One fish, two fish, red fish, purple fish.
And it was really kind of a cool discussion, just finding out, she was learning about snacks in America that she had never heard of before, and we were learning about snacks in Australia that we had no idea existed, and it was kind of neat and fun to learn about stuff like that.
Lucy!
It's Miss Lucy.
Hi!
Miss Lucy came for the day. We're babysitting a doggy. The shirt is incredible. What, my shirt or your? Oh, her
Mine's
incredible
Incredibles.
shirt. Yeah, I was gonna say my shirt's kind of mean, actually. So I maybe shouldn't have worn it today, but this just in. You're an idiot. That's mean.
Oh, Lucy, come here.
Paprika flavored potato chips. No. That sounds interesting though. Paprika flavored potato chips. I know, sometimes I'm generally a nice person, but sometimes there are some people that just need to see this shirt. Not you guys, but there are some people I run across in everyday life that just need to be told that.
Oh no.
Well, they don't need to be told that, but,
no.
I don't like to be mean to people, but sometimes you just gotta say, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot.
Kaitlyn, can you help me for 1 second?
Yeah.
Alright, so we are going to do this like this. So that's in
Don't
there
worry,
now.
Dad.
That's
This
pretty
new
good.
color is not for fish. It's for the pies.
But this needs to be a little taller, I think. Or does it need to be the other way? I don't know you that well. True, but I would never insult viewers without knowing them well enough to insult them. That would be kind of stupid on my part. I mean, you could very well be idiots, but I'm not going to tell you that. All right, so if I do like this, that's working pretty well. And then I can put these on the outside like this, and that'll work pretty... Okay, so good. So what I need to do before I put this all together is give this a bit of yellow to yellow up the glass. Medieval market, like, yeah. We're gonna make a little, because we do it. It's for D&D. So I make little terrain for D&D. So look, I'll give you some examples. So, because we play D&D most weekends. Usually we do it on Saturday nights, but not tonight because the girls are at a board game night tonight, so they won't be here. So we'll be doing something else. But see, we use these little figures, and so I make miniature terrain like this little wagon that, it just makes the game more fun. I've got that little wagon and some little trees and what else here? I've got like a house front, just with the door that opens so that Yeah, more depth to the experience. I mean, we're big kids that play with toys, but that's cool because why would you ever want to grow up, right? I had a real job for 20 years. I was a programmer for 20 years, and it was just not near as fun as this. So now I'm trying to do another job, but I'm also trying to do this because I have fun with this, and I have fun meeting people. Actually, is the most fun part of this. I've been doing this terrain stuff for a very long time, 10 or 15 years, and oh, Lego, cool. Yeah, I've heard that's a big thing over in Europe, especially in the Germany, Netherlands area. Kind of that, I guess, central. That's not really Central Europe. Anyway, I guess that is kind of Central Europe, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, I've heard that's a big thing. Lego and Playmobil. We met somebody last week that did like Playmobil scenes. Apparently that's a big thing too, and I had never heard of that before, but she showed me some stuff on her website and it was really cool. It was just fun fantasy stuff. So she does kind of fries with mayonnaise. That I've heard of. I don't do I like mayonnaise and I like French fries.
I hate mayonnaise.
And I'm
Yeah.
Lego streaming in the future. Yeah, cool, man. Do that. I will. When you do, let me know. I will come and follow you because I love seeing different kinds of crafts and stuff like that. It's very cool. And streaming is really easy. I mean, I've got a fairly complicated setup, but really all you need is just a webcam and a computer. And the streaming software I use, OBS, Open Broadcast Software. It's free and it works fantastic. So really easy to do. And if you need any help with, if you got questions about streaming or something, need help getting set up, just PM me. I'll be happy to help you out. I love to see people stream because it's so easy. Actually, I thought it was going to be really complicated, but it's really not. I've made it complicated with all these cameras and stuff, but it doesn't have to be. Even multiple cameras isn't that complicated. Awesome, man. Yeah, well, I'll follow back your channel after I'm done here and get. Actually, I'll do it right now so I don't forget. Bear with me a second while I pop away from the stream so I can look you up and follow you. Yeah, it's easy until you overcomplicate things. That is absolutely right. Twitch. Man, oh. Guys, do me a favor and tell your friends about us. We are really trying. Oh, Tiny Bricks. Now I get the name. Tiny Bricks Lego. Yeah, I really, because Twitch started out as just, did I follow? All right, look here. Look here, silly. Oh, I did follow you. Okay, so it's followed. It just didn't give me a notification. All right, so there we go. All right, back to chat. All right. Yeah, I because Twitch started out as just video games. Pretty much. I mean, they pretty much just a video game streaming platform is what it mostly was. And then people started doing some creative stuff and like talk shows and things, and that got more interesting. I mean, I like video games, but I got really interested in the craft stuff, and it was really fun to see those kind of setups. And I wish they would expand more. I mean, a lot of the art stuff that you see on there is like graphic art, which is great. I think graphic art is fantastic, but I'd like to see more different types of stuff, because when you go look at the art channels or the makers and crafting, well, I guess mostly art, but you see a lot of the same type of stuff. So I'm kind of hoping to see more stuff like, Lego and the stuff I'm doing and just different kinds of things, because I think that's really fun because it's inspiring to see other types of crafts and other people doing stuff, and I get a lot of ideas from different types of crafts because it's really cool. and people have lots of different ideas, and it's just fun. Plus, you get, you know, ideas from different cultures, because you guys see things in your everyday lives that I would never think of, and vice versa. Yeah, I've seen some of the cosplayers on there. They're really cool. I haven't had a chance yet to. I can't. I'm doing so much streaming that I don't have a chance to watch a lot of it as much as I'd like to, because, you know, I also have work to do and money to make and kids to feed. But and we stream every day except Wednesday and Sunday, and two of those days it's twice a day. So we're doing a lot of streaming, and we're trying to get our 50 followers so that we can make affiliate, so that we can start doing some other cool stuff with the chat and things. Plus, it'd be nice to be able to have donations from this and make a little bit of money, so that we can kind of, you know, pay for the cameras and all the stuff we do, and all the stuff I need for this and all. So tell your friends about us, please. We need some more followers. It would be hugely helpful. All right, so I just gave that a little bit of yellow paint, just to kind of give it some. I do this full time. No, I don't really do it full time.
You're doing it every single day.
Well, not this. This I pretty much just do on Saturday mornings, but we do streaming full time. We stream all kinds of stuff: board games, video games. This. What else do we do? D&D. So,
as you can probably tell, but we like board games.
Oh yeah, we've got some board games.
I counted. We have over 300.
Yep.
I stopped at 300, and I still had like 20 more.
So yeah, we do a whole big board game thing. We used to have a channel that was just nothing but board games, but we decided to come back to Terrainoob because I stopped doing this for a while and I missed it, and I wanted to come back and do it once I found out that streaming was really easy. And more than 300 board games. Like, you can see just a smattering of them behind me there. We've got a whole wall full of these. Yes, we're planning to start streaming Don't Starve Together this Wednesday, so I'll only have Sundays off. I also am trying to start a company that helps people do streaming. Maddie just showed a picture of what? Where? All right, so now I've got some yellow paint on here. Let's see if I can.
Twitter?
Oh, stuff off the
wall.
The wall.
Oh yeah. We have 4 of those shelves. You can only see 1.5.
Yeah. Well, on here, I think we took pictures of more of it, and we've actually added more since the Twitter pic. That's kind of old, actually. It was a little bit. I think I have a sickness.
I don't enjoy these very much.
And she does some art stuff. She's going to start doing art stuff on Monday afternoons, drawing and painting.
Don't really like the pig. I messed it up, but I just don't like drawing animals.
Good, actually.
I just don't like drawing animals in general. But I drew this pig for my sister because that's her favorite animal. I think the body's kind of fun, but I don't like the face. And then this for Dad.
Koala's my favorite animal, and that is now my favorite picture ever of all time. I got that for Christmas. Mm-hmm. It was a Christmas present. Best Christmas present ever.
And then this was for my mom because her favorite animal is a gorilla, but I couldn't draw a gorilla, so I just colored it in. I laminated them and put them on a piece of cardboard. And then Rhiannon's, my sister's, is upstairs, and she crushed it.
She crushed it?
Mm-hmm.
What'd she do?
She stuffed it with other stuff, and then it got crushed.
Oh. Goober. What a goober. Alright, so the koala's the best painting. That's right. Mona Lisa's got nothing on that koala. Mona Lisa was drawn by a 5-year-old.
It took him 5 years to do her nose.
See? He's so bad he can't even get a nose right.
I can't.
How dare I pick on somebody who's not around to defend himself? Well, because he's not around to defend himself, so why not? Right? She is funny. Well, thank you. I like her too. I'm trying to raise a good nerd. She knows all the Doctor Who stuff.
I have much better pictures.
See, here's how good a nerd she is. What does TARDIS mean?
Time and relative dimension in space.
I mean, can you get to be a better nerd than that? Oh, I'm trying to super glue my fingers together here. Slow clap. Shut up, Larry. Yeah, good Padawan. That's right. She is learning and growing and learning the ways of the nerd force. All right, so
I brought my sketchbook.
Does Yoda voice. Good Padawan she is. All right, so here we go. That's starting to look like a... What do you think, chat? I mean, I got to put a top on it, but I think that's starting to look like a light up there, right? I think so.
I've gotten better at drawing eyes since then. But that's one of them.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I haven't seen that yet.
That
Been doing practicing on eyes, huh?
And lips. My lips are better than my eyes. And then yesterday, I don't really like coloring in my stuff, so I don't really enjoy this that much. But I drew Birdie Bots every flavored beans.
Huh. Cool. All right. So, you're still working on the food there, huh? Cool. All right. So, I got to wait for this to dry a bit. Yeah, well, some pictures I've seen have like 4 rings around the light because the TARDIS changes over the years. Like every season, they make small modifications to it. So there are some of the more recent ones just have 1 ring around the light, and some of the other ones have 2, 3, 4 rings. Since they're kind of a real pain to make, I decided to go with the one with 1 ring. So, there's that. Plus, it's just going to sit on the shelf because there really is no purpose to this
it's
going up here.
Then I get the tavern.
You don't know.
You told me I could have it.
You can't have it. Yeah, they do.
It's a regeneration of the TARDIS.
Yeah, easy way out. That's right. And it's my TARDIS. I'll make it look the way I want to. So there. So actually, there is no TARDIS that has all these features. I took features from different TARDISes because...
See, you know what you need to do?
This is the TARDIS from the 20th Doctor in the year 2047. So, there you go.
You know what you need to do?
What?
Is add vines so that it takes some of the elements of the one before Matt Smith.
Vines?
Yeah, the one with Rose Tyler. He had like vines and plants all over it.
Oh, I thought that was just one episode. You're witnessing history. That's right. There's a brand new TARDIS that nobody's ever seen before. But this TARDIS serves no purpose other than I didn't have one.
Remember that episode?
And rather than buying one, I decided that I'd make one because every good nerd has to have a TARDIS in their game room. I mean, that's a requirement, right?
Remember the episode where the TARDIS turned tiny?
Yes, that was funny.
This is that.
Oh, is that the one? All right, so now I've got to... What am I doing?
It was kind of stressful. It wasn't
funny.
It was stressful.
I thought it was hilarious.
It wasn't scary. It was just really stressful.
All right, so now what we want to do is start making some market stalls.
Wait, I get to make market stalls?
I didn't say you get to make them. You're working on the food. I got to make something on this channel. Good grief, kid. So how am I going to do this? So we've got a couple little tables here that still need painting, but they're rough and ready tables. So we're going to have market stalls, and we're going to cover them with some fabric. I found this. This is my favorite. I found this. My daughter gave me her scrap fabric. Look at that.
Huh?
You're one cool kid. You're a cool kid.
Yay. That makes me feel
I
happy
think she's a cool
inside.
kid. So I found this. This is the awesomest fabric for a market stall. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use different colored fabrics and do a few of these market stalls. But
you speak English good.
Speak English well.
You speak English good.
Goof. Well, I think in like most of Europe that isn't native English speakers, they learn English almost as a first language, generally, right? You don't have a TARDIS in your game room? How dare you? You can't. Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm going to have to take away some nerd points because you don't have a TARDIS in your game room. You've lost some nerd points. I'm sorry. Maybe you can earn them back. All right, if you get a Lego one, you can earn back the nerd points. But until then, you're down a few nerd points.
All this yellow.
All right, so how tall are we going to make? I need a pencil. Where's the pencil? There's one. That'll work. Yeah, really dull, but whatever. All right, how tall do I want to make these? Let me get a little person here.
Eric. Doesn't have one either.
Oh, Eric. An exploding TARDIS poster on the wall. Very cool. We have some pictures over there that you can, well, actually, right here. That's a TARDIS picture, and that's a schematic of what?
A TARDIS. Oh, the sonic screwdriver.
Sonic screwdriver.
Which one is it? Matt Smith? I think it's Matt Smith. Is that Matt Smith?
That is Matt Smith.
Yay.
See, she even knows which sonic screwdriver goes with which doctor. That's some deep nerd knowledge there.
We got one of those, and it's a pen, and it has the cap on the bottom. It has it can open up, and it has.
So I've got this little market person. See, so I'm going to use her as. No, Bacon of Legend. You need to have a game room. You need to talk to the DM about that. Larry's dad is our DM. And Larry is our paladin.
If you
Fax convention in Belgium. What's that? I've not heard of that. What's that one? We're going to MegaCon in end of April, beginning of May, because it comes to Orlando. We live
Later in May.
Oh, later in May. We get to go to MegaCon, but what's FaxCon? I've never heard of that. I want to go.
It's like Comic-Con.
Like Comic-Con, okay. Cool.
But oh wait.
But I think nowadays they start earlier.
4,002.
40,000 square meters. Holy mackerel! That's almost as big as. I mean, the Orlando Convention, because we're on the outskirts of Orlando. The Orlando Convention Center, I think, is the second largest convention center in the world. So we're kind of lucky in that regard because we get a lot of big conventions, and like MegaCon is here every year.
Why is it always in Florida? Do they do it in other states and other countries?
They do other cons in other states and other countries, but MegaCon is in Florida.
Only ever in
Like
Florida.
Georgia, I think, has Dragon Con, and but they do two. They've started doing two MegaCons in Florida. They do one in Orlando and one in Tampa. So they have one in the spring and one in the fall now, which is nice.
Oh.
And we have friends in Tampa, so we're going to go to the Tampa one this year with them, and we're going to go to the Orlando one. Probably. So now I need my scissors. Can you hand me the scissors, please? Hey, Jim. Jim Con next weekend. That's awesome. Is that your 48-hour D&D session?
What?
Yeah, he's doing like a whole weekend of gaming of.
Oh.
Well, I guess it's not. You're not doing D&D, right? You're doing something else, but still.
I forgot to say if you go to our D&D stuff on Saturdays and you see Dream RIP, that's because I used to sit there, but then I died.
She decided she was trying D&D for the first time, and she liked it kinda, but it was every weekend was just a little much for her. So
I'm too distracted.
So her character died. So now we have on the overlay. She blew herself up. She sacrificed herself for the team.
I'm a good friend, I think. I don't know.
All right, so how are we going to do these market stalls? I think what I'm going to do... You seem to have had an accident there.
I forgot this was a big bottle of paint.
I think...
Start Friday morning and evening.
I know, MegaCon's got some good stuff. We're huge fans of Supernatural, and we're so excited that Crowley's going to be there. Oh, yeah. Crowley's going to be there, and...
who else was the other one that's going to be there?
Gosh, I can't remember. My wife keeps up with all that stuff.
Well,
and
there's one of the people that's going to be there is the Evil Queen from Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right.
And then a show that we watched called Girl Meets World from Boy Meets World.
Oh, did you really? Yeah, Mark Shepard. He was... First time I saw him was in Badger in Firefly. He was amazing, and that character was so good. And then Crowley is just incredible. And he seems like he'd be a nice person, but I've never met him. We did get to meet David Tennant 2 years ago at the MegaCon 2 years ago. That was really cool. He was so nice.
Our first MegaCon.
Yeah. We met him at our first MegaCon, and he was a really cool person.
There's a bushel of carrots.
Don't forget Canton.
We haven't seen Dr. Who in forever.
I know we haven't got to watch the latest season yet because it hasn't. They haven't put it on. Let's see, that comes on Hulu.
Yeah.
No, Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime, but Impossible Astronaut.
Oh.
Yeah, cool. That's cool.
I'm dumb.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun at the MegaCon, and I'm sure it's... So I guess that's like what you're going to. Yes, Tiny Bricks, you get some extra nerd points for that because I didn't know who that was, and you did, and so you've enlightened me, and that's some extra nerd points for you. You can put that on your score sheet. I give you official permission to put the nerd points on your score sheet.
Ow!
What'd you do?
I hit my glasses.
You're back up. So now I have to do more nerdy stuff because if you build that TARDIS, you'll be ahead of me on nerd points, and that just can't happen. So I'm going to make the front a little shorter.
Ooh.
Yes, you cannot. I have to be the number one nerd. I can't lose to somebody else who doesn't even have a TARDIS in their game room yet. That's not cool. That's not proper nerd.
No, it is
right?
not. No. Where did there? Ow.
So, all right. So the only place I've ever been to outside of the continental U.S. I've been all over the continental U.S. because my dad was in the Navy, so I moved every 2 years growing up. But the only place I've ever been outside. Oh, the John Barrowman. I heard something about that, but I didn't really know what it was about. But I'm sure it was amazing because he's amazing.
Who?
John Barrowman. He's I really need another cup of coffee. My brain is just not booted up yet this morning.
He's
He's from Doctor Who.
Which one?
Right?
Who? Which?
John Barrowman.
He
He's a British guy. You know, the British guy.
Was he a doctor or was he?
No, he wasn't a doc. Well, no. Yeah, Jack. Captain Jack.
Oh, the one that was he the face of Bo?
Yes.
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 The face of Bo and
Captain Jack.
Sparrow.
Yeah, and I loved him on Green Lantern too. On not Green Lantern. Oh yeah, it was. Did they call the series Green Lantern? What am I thinking of?
I don't
Lantern.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, you know. Anyway, he was great in that.
I don't care about Green Lantern. He's DC.
Yeah, Arrow. I couldn't. I haven't watched for probably 3 years now, and my brain is just not.
Captain Jack was Arrow.
No, he wasn't Arrow. He was in the show.
Okay. I was like,
all right, so
there's no way.
I'll make another set of these. But anyway, yeah, I bet that was fun. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I've never been outside. The only place I've ever been outside the continental U.S. was Amsterdam, and I had to go there for a job. So I was only there. I have the
snow globe upstairs on my dresser.
I know. So I was only there. Yeah, Malcolm Merlin. He was Merlin. So I've only ever been to Amsterdam, and I only got one down day to actually go snoop around the city and have some fun where I wasn't working. So I like to learn about things in other cultures that may seem mundane to the people that live there, but are really exciting for me because I just like to learn. So tell me some things about where you live that Americans would go, wow, that's really cool. Or, wow, that's interesting. I've never heard of something like that.
Or, wow, that's stupid.
Well, it could be that too. I mean, there's a lot of that kind of stuff.
More sausage.
I mean, like when I was in Amsterdam, it really struck me, you know, you'd walk down and there's the canals there, right? And you just see like houseboats, people across the street from an apartment building, and there's a houseboat in the canal, and they're just living there, and they're sweeping off their front deck with some flowers there and stuff. Yeah, they're just living in houseboats on the canal, and that was.
They don't actually have a house; they have a boat that they live in.
Yeah.
And survive in.
Yeah, a houseboat. It's like when people live in campers here.
Yeah. Trailer.
You know, trailer parks and stuff. It's not really different, except that one of them is floaty.
And scary.
But I was just amazed at that. That's something you just don't see in the U.S. I mean, any part of the U.S., really. And also the fact that there's very few cars in Amsterdam. Everybody rides bicycles.
Some people have a boat, not all of them. I would be surprised if all of them had a boat.
Yeah, I mean, but it was so weird that people are living like an apartment building, and across the street, there's somebody.
Across the lake.
No, it's across the street. There's a canal, and somebody living in a houseboat. It's, you know, with the flowers out there, and they're sweeping off their front porch on their houseboat, and it was just a really awesome thing to see. That was the kind of stuff I really loved about going to Amsterdam. Is just seeing things that the way people live that's so different than what we're used to.
It looks like this pie is
bleeding. The
bleeding.
canals.
Looks like it's bleeding.
Well, maybe it's a blood pie.
It's a cherry pie.
Are you sure? Maybe it's a blood pie. What do you know?
It doesn't look like a design. It just looks like a bleeding.
All right, so.
That doesn't look like a pie anymore. It looked like a pie before.
All right, so listen. So here's something I've always been kind of confused about. Is Belgium and the Netherlands the same thing?
What's Belgium? Oh.
Is that, and that's where Amsterdam is, right? I mean, I know Amsterdam is the Netherlands, but is that? Yeah, water management, because they have all the dikes and stuff, and it was just it's a very different way of living over there than I was used to anywhere I've lived over here.
Bread.
And I mean, the U.S. has a tremendous amount of. Belgium is a separate country. Yeah, that's. I thought I was told that, but I'm not big on. I don't know my geography very well.
I used to think countries and continents were the same thing.
Well, yeah, you were a little kid.
And my mom or somebody would go, "Can you name a country?" Antarctica.
All right, so we are going to make. Thank you. I need all the help I can get. I am geographically challenged. In fact, I am directionally challenged at all. I'm lucky if I can make it out of my driveway without getting lost. All right, so we're going to make some market stalls. All right, so I want to maybe about that long. So we're going to do them like that. That's true. Australia is both.
Oh, I messed it up.
All right, so now I've just got, I've cut these dowels, and I'm going to make some kind of slanted market stalls, a little bit of a slant on them, so they look kind of like an awning, which is typically what they look like.
Completely.
That's okay. You can always repaint it. That's the beauty of paint.
I don't like painting that much. That looks more like bread than it did before.
Cool.
I'm leaving it.
You do you, girl.
Anyone like... I got paint on my pants. Well, not on my pants. But on the seat cushion.
Little balsa wood. Just give that a good choppy chop.
Do you like my fish?
Is that your purple fish?
Maybe.
Color's a little off in the stream, it looks like, because that looked more blue than purple in the stream.
It looks blue.
Bluish.
That looks very blue. It's purple.
In real life, it's kind of purplish.
Let's see what this looks like.
Oh, that's the blood pie. Blood pie, gross. Who would eat that? What's wrong with this thing? It's just balsa wood.
Yeah, that's one of the things that confused me, because people would call Australia a country. And I would be like, Australia is a continent, so I guess continents and countries are the same thing. What is this? Is this a pie? I don't know.
So,
I'm just going to paint it like a pie. Ooh, it's a...
Okay, I'm not going to try to do Gollum voice. I'll let you do that from your end, and I'll pretend I hear it. Because I've tried to do Gollum voice before, and it hurts my throat. I don't know how he does it.
Is this a necromancer's market?
Necromancer's market? Yes.
What's a necromancer?
And I played a necromancer, and it's a magician that deals with dead things. They raise the dead and stuff like that. Necro means death.
To look like a pie.
You look like a pie.
So far, all I'm doing is painting my hand.
Well, whatever works. All right, so we're just going to put
Lucy, where did you go?
Great. My glue is gummed up.
Oh, I want to help.
It's just a little piece. I already took off the big piece this morning. It's just a little dot. All right.
It is this morning.
Yes, it still is this morning. You're right.
I'm done with painting food. This is boring and it doesn't look good.
Work on the roads. You got some more work to do on the roads.
Okay, but what do I do with all this wet food? There
There
was another pie and another potato?
I don't know, was there?
Yes.
All right, so we are going to let this glue dry.
Why are there so many pie potatoes? Oh, here's a lemon.
All right, so that's one frame, one side of a frame.
It's so tiny.
And then we're going to do the other side of a frame. Nope, this one needs to go the other way.
Hey, Mr. Chris.
What's up, Abster?
What's a warlock?
A warlock is, well, really a warlock is just a man-witch.
A man-witch?
Yeah.
Larry, hey, oh, hey, Abster. Why did her message get deleted? Wait, it says, please don't fill up the entire chat. What does that mean?
Oh. Maddie, I'm sorry. Moobot got a little jerky about your message for some reason.
Why can't you fill up the chat?
I need to go in and modify Moobot, but he does some...
Wait, was that why Becky kept getting deleted?
Yeah, well, Becky... You know how Becky is. Abster, you know how Becky is. She's kind of weird, right? Man, I am sorry, Maddie. I really want to know what you had to say. Let me... Here, I can click to show this.
I like your shirt, Kaitlyn. I need to go get water, though.
Quirky things about the Netherlands. We don't have stores that are open 24/7. Contrary to popular belief, we don't walk on wood shoes. Well, yeah. Maddie, I'll read it out to him. I've got it here because I can see it. I'm a mod, but I need to fix Moobot. He's being kind of a jerk. Contrary to popular belief, we don't walk on wood shoes. A lot of people eat cheese, but it's not a requirement. We do eat a lot of bread. Huh. As it's what most Dutch people eat for breakfast and lunch. Really? Potatoes are not considered a vegetable, but something you eat with your meat and veg. Anything else you want to know? All right, yeah, we don't, well, I mean, anything you could tell me. Like for instance, here's something I kind of noticed about, something I kind of noticed when I was in Amsterdam is that hotel rooms, and I think in general living spaces of all types, are much smaller than they are in America. Because it was, we got the company put us up in decent hotel rooms in Amsterdam. I mean, they were nice hotel rooms, but they were really small. And that's just not something you see in America a lot. When you go to hotels here, not like a side Motel 6. Those are small, the roadside motels. But if you book a room at a hotel, they're pretty big. I mean, like they'll have 2 queen beds in them, and it's. And I think our houses generally are much bigger on average than in Europe, is what I've heard and what I seemed to kind of notice when I was walking around Amsterdam. Maybe that's just Amsterdam, but I've kind of heard that that's generally Europe is just smaller because it's a much older place, so it has a lot of older buildings and it's been built up over a much longer period of time, and so it didn't have as much space to spread out, I guess, as the US did. Cool. A purple one and a blue one. Rhiannon and Diane, they don't do this stream with me. This is just me and Kaitlyn in the morning. They're just running around. I mean, Diane was just writing her books. And
Rhiannon's probably on her Kindle sorting beads.
Probably.
Probably sorting beads.
But who knows? I haven't seen them for a while. They just, how they hide. Yes, it's daddy-daughter time.
And that's what everybody keeps on saying. It's daddy-daughter time.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, it seemed to be, like in Amsterdam, the roads are yeah. My one daughter, she's gotten into writing books. She had a class a couple years ago, and now she's like on her 7th novel.
I think she's
but
on
she's
her
got
8th.
5 going at the same time. She's upstairs, I think.
She's in the living room.
But
I think she's on her 8th.
On her 8th. But she just got into loving writing, and I'm like, hey, that's great. That's better than a lot of things teenagers could be involved with. So
I am into art.
She's turning into quite a decent writer. I mean, she's actually writing full novels and stuff. She didn't start with short stories. She just went right to novels.
I write short stories.
Yeah.
And I despise it. I don't like writing. And I don't think it's my passion and my reason that I'm on this earth.
Yeah, I'm not much for writing either. I don't like it. But she does, so, if that's her thing, that's her thing.
I like how
And
I
I'm
have
good with
parents who are who aren't
Thanks, Tiny
who
Bricks.
aren't oh, you have to do what I did because it's our family legacy. You're just what you're interested in. Because I'm probably never going to be good at programming. I don't understand anything. I don't even understand what programming is.
Right. I don't think any of my kids are going to be programmers. That's fine. It's what I did for 20 years, but you know what? I didn't even really like it that much. That's right. My dad was a Navy captain, so I didn't do what he did. I did my own thing. I mean, I'm proud of him for serving his country, but that just wasn't for me.
This gets darker when it dries.
It does. That's right.
Okay.
That's how paint do.
Oh, I was I forgot to water it, and then I was oh wait, you don't need to.
So, I guess I could just go ahead and make
the
second one of these. Well, no, I'm waiting for this glue to dry, but I can get the second set going. Instead of being a dork and just sitting here looking at glue dry. Because I can't really move these much. And then I can see if I can figure out what I'm going to do for the cap on that. Because that's... Thank you, Abby. Abster.
I'm putting this
I'm almost done with it. I'm just waiting on this stuff to dry. And then I'm going to put a cap on here. But I got to figure out how to do the cap. And then You don't watch Doctor Who. Abby... Abster, you have lost some nerd points.
She watched it for my birthday.
Tiny Bricks had to lose some nerd points earlier. Now it's your turn to lose some nerd points. Because you don't watch Doctor Who.
She's seen it because one of my birthday parties was themed Doctor Who, and we watched the Weeping Angel episode, 2 of the Weeping Angel episodes, and the Adipose episode. So.
Okay.
Meh.
Well, she's seen it, but if she doesn't watch it, I mean...
Neither do we anymore.
Well, that's because we're just waiting for the season to come. Actually, I think it did just come out. We need to go ahead and watch that. But...
We watched the special where she...
Yeah, blink. Don't blink.
Those used to scare me to death, and now I'm just they're just styrofoam. Except our neighbor has a angel statue. So when I'm outside alone, I just tend to stare at it and never blink.
Yeah, that Don't Blink episode was I thought that was really well done. It was creepy.
Yeah. And that was one of the first episodes I can ever remember watching, and it gave me nightmares for the next 2 weeks. I was like, why would you make you watch this? And now I'm just my cat rarely blinks.
Oh, your cat's creepy. Oh, I think all cats are creepy, actually.
She doesn't blink.
Cats are just creepy.
Wait. I have a question. I love those episodes.
Turning something, every day into a monster.
Mm-hmm. Abby, do you know why Charlotte named your cat Stacy? Because I think I might know why. But I want to see if I'm right. I think because she watches Liv and Maddie, because she likes Liv and Maddie, Charlotte, and in the show, Joey finds a cat, and he names the cat Stacy.
Nobody knows what you're talking about. Imagine having 3 cats. Yeah.
I'm allergic.
I can't imagine so am I. So darn, we can't have cats in the house. Only dogs.
I'm also I'm allergic to sweat because every time I sweat, I get hives. Did you see me performing on stage for violin, and I was just scratching my leg over and over with my foot?
No.
Yay! I was right.
Yoda, Fitz, and Loki. Okay, so first off, cool names, but. Dude, dogs are better. Come on. I mean, cats, really? No, not cats.
I'm allergic to dogs, too.
that went flying.
But I love
See,
dogs.
I refuse to have a pet that's smarter than me, so cats are not allowed in this house.
Except I'm smarter than cats. For some reason, your cat loves me, and I hate her. Everybody else, I just hate cats in general. She's like one of my favorite cats that I've ever met, but I still don't like her. It's not because of the cat that you have, it's just because I don't like cats. But she loves me, and I don't enjoy having her around me. And everybody else loves her, and she bites and scratches them. She has never bitten or scratched me on purpose. The only time she has ever scratched me is when she jumped over me.
Already have kids, so no smart cats. Check. That's right. I've got kids that are smarter than me. Can't have pets that are smarter than me, too.
You mean? What's 2 plus 2?
17.
Good.
See? I'm an idiot.
Well, you knew that was wrong.
Yeah, because it's 15. They even play fetch.
I'm gonna get
Still need to walk them. Yeah, because, try to walk a cat. See how that goes. They'll, like, look at you like you're an idiot. What do you mean put a leash on me? Are you crazy? Where's Lucy?
Over here, following me everywhere.
Oh, is she?
Lucy, come here.
Lucy! Come see me, Lucy. You haven't come and said hi.
Lucy, come here.
Lucy.
Lucy, come here.
Lucy, come say hi.
Hi.
Okay, there's a camera there.
My
Yes,
gosh.
there is.
Pick her up.
Pick Lucy up. Why? Okay.
He was at the door faster than you can blink, yeah. Pick her up.
I will.
Okay.
Lucy,
Hey,
wanna
Lucy.
come up here?
Hey, sweetie.
Lucy, come here.
We get the dog sit today. So we no longer have our own dogs. We had 2, but they passed away several years ago. But they were really old. I mean, both of them made it to almost 20. So they had nice long lives, but we decided not to get more dogs. But my wife is an animal nut, so she started doing pet sitting. So we have a lot of dogs in our house, a lot of different dogs come to visit. And we do dog boarding and daycare and doggy daycare. And because you're there. Oh, is Lucy being a pain?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just leave her
Here,
alone.
Kayla, here.
Oh, yay.
Cats are bigger than some dogs. Good grief. What kind of cats are they? All right. So what am I going to do up here? So there's the beginnings of a little market stall. British short hair cats. Huh. Not sure if I'm not terribly familiar with cat breeds like dog breeds, but
Here.
there's the Wi-Fi.
What? I'm not on camera.
Yeah, you are.
Show the doggy. Next to Daddy.
Hello, Lucy.
She's not gonna stay.
Oh, don't let her knock over your paint.
Forget the paint. Watch that yogurt.
Well, that too.
Just show her face.
I did.
She did. Hey, Lucy.
She's a strange looking little terrier.
She is. She looks like an old lady, but she's what, 1 year old?
If that.
She's got this scraggly hair. Hey, Lucy. Hello. Peppers.
Yeah, it's already dry.
All right.
If you get her closer to you, Caleb. Hold the chair for Caleb.
Lucy,
Like that.
Abster, everybody on chat says hi.
Oh,
Yeah, pull it over because she likes to be next to you.
look at Lucy, not the camera when you're moving. the
Come here,
camera.
I'll hold her while you're doing that. Come here, Lucy.
Yeah,
Okay, she's gone.
She's being weird.
She's out of here.
Me.
Your cats are bigger than Lucy? Oh my gosh. What's some big old cats?
She's
Beggins.
tiny.
They're beggins.
Dad, Lucy's
Tell him how
tiny.
she broke both her front legs.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, poor little Lucy. All right, so she's a year old.
Not
She hasn't
here.
been spayed
Not
yet. No, yeah, not here. She hadn't been spayed yet because she broke both of her front legs when she dove off the couch at their house.
Off the sofa.
The owner's house. Yeah, she jumped off the sofa and both her front legs broke when she was a puppy. So they had to be casted, and it took her a long time to recover. So they couldn't take her in to get her spayed because till she was healed from that. And so they're going to get it done soon. But yeah, I know it's kind of sad. She has
super long legs for such a small
dog. Her legs are really long and skinny
and brittle, apparently.
Yeah.
Although now they should be stronger.
Well, yeah, they should be much stronger now because they both got broken and repaired. All right, so how am I going to do the cap on this? What am I going to do for a cap? Oh, you know what I could do?
I may or may not have earlier gotten this paint on this.
Oh, it'll be okay. I think what I can do here, actually, is take some of this foam. Yeah, no pain, no gain, right? All right, so I think I'm going to make the cap out of this foam. So what I'm going to do is cut a circle out of this. A sharper pencil. Is that better?
Lucy,
a little bit better.
Come here, baby.
So I'm going to cut a circle out of this. And how big do I want this? And then kind of make it into a cone shape a little bit. So
you're my banners.
It's either a 2010 or 2011. So I want to make, let's see, how big do I want to make this?
Can I put some?
Is this too big?
Can I put some stuff on it?
Put some stuff on. Okay, yeah, sure. So what you want to do is you want to, all right, you got to be careful with that stuff though because it makes a huge mess. So first off, what you want to do is get the thinking you ought to do the flock first. So get the flock and you get a little bit of white glue and use a paintbrush and just dab some white glue in different places where you want grass.
Okay.
So just little bits, you don't want a lot on there. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you got to open it. Usually with glue, you open it first and then you can squeeze it.
It was already open because you used it.
Yeah, and you don't need much. Flocka. Yes, we have some flock.
And turf.
Flock and turf. All right, so I'm trying to find a circle that's the size that I want it. Please don't glue my... Oh, you should have used...
You told me to use a paintbrush.
Well, yeah, I know.
Didn't tell me which
one. You should have used... Okay, clean that off and use one of these disposable paintbrushes because they're for glue and stuff. Because glue will really mess up the paintbrush. So just use that. I didn't tell you. It's my fault.
Do you think I got it off?
Probably.
Sally.
I mean, it is just white glue, so it's not that bad. And this is a cheap paintbrush, so it's not like it's really upsetting. It's not like a $15 paintbrush. So, it's fine.
This already seems like it would apply much better, though.
Yeah, and it's wider bristled, so I just usually just kind of dab it on there so that you get
this corner.
Oh, where it's a little messed up. You're gonna cover it up.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so
I
messed
up on this one.
Oh,
but
it's
I don't
fine.
like that corner.
It's fine. It's cool. It's all cool, girl. Let's see. I need to find a circle that's the right size for what I want. What I want. That's too small. Yeah, that's too small. Is this really too big, or am I just fooling myself?
Okay.
If I cut it out and make it, that's pretty big. So give me that.
Please.
So what I do is I unscrew the top and I pour a little bit of this stuff in the top, okay? And then I pinch it in my fingers and I just dab it on the glue like this, and it sticks to the glue. And then you put whatever the leftover is in there, and that stuff blows around a lot. It's really light.
Turn the fan off.
So, no, I'm just, you can dab it, but you just, yeah.
And
So
all
do
the
that.
excess will come off when I...
Well, you want to dab it. No, don't push it down, because the reason you dab it is we don't have a static grass charger. But if you dab it like that, it'll kind of pull it up so it sticks up a little bit like grass. Okay?
Mm. I need more.
What are you eating?
How long are we creating? You mean today? How long are we going today?
What?
I don't know. We just go till everybody has to leave usually. I don't know. We go 2.5 hours. So maybe another 30 minutes to an hour or so.
I'm not sure where else I placed the glue.
That's
so
okay.
I'm just gonna go all around.
So what you do is, what's up, Becky? What's up, Abby Becky? All right, I'm gonna try this. We'll see what we can do with this.
Then I can go like this and tap it off. Look at that, Daddy!
Yep.
Now
All right,
I
and
have
so then
some
you want to
turf glued to my fingers.
Yeah, well that happens too. So then, oh boy, I made a mess of that.
Gotta go like this and put it back.
Yeah. Just try to dump it back in there, and you got to get that down in there because it'll blow away if you try to pour it from above. There you go. So now you've got a grassy road. Now, me personally, I would have put a little less grass on that road because it's supposed to be a cobblestone street, not a grass path. I mean, you do you. I'm just telling you what personally I would have done, right? She is. She's really good at this. She used to watch me do this a lot because, like I said, I've done this for probably 15 years, and she's 11 now, so almost 12.
Nice. Now, can I add some pebbles?
Yeah. So what I usually do with those is just get a pile of glue out, and then you pick out one pebble at a time and just dip it in the glue and put it where you want it.
That's what I would have guessed.
Okay. That's because you're really smart. But yeah, she used to watch me do this, and she...
I did? I don't remember that.
Yeah, you used to sit and watch me when I was doing this upstairs. You'd sit and watch me do this, and then when I started doing... And so you got into crafty things when you were little. You do all kinds of crafty things. And then when I started doing this as a stream, she would come... She was kind of my assistant. She'd be my gopher. And then she asked me, can I start doing some stuff? And I said, well, sure. So she started doing some stuff. And she's getting really good at it, I think. And she likes to draw, and she likes to paint, and she does all kinds of artsy stuff.
I don't think everybody has seen my Birdie Bots every flavor beans. I need some Birdie Bots beans.
I really need a sharper pencil. Hey, Diane.
I also teach myself
Could you do me a favor, because I'm kind of
gymnastics.
trapped back here right now? Could you sharpen this for me? Noise.
I can do a handstand now, and I can walk in one. I did my
I agree,
cards.
Tiny Bricks. That too many kids don't get enough creativity time, and that was something my wife and I were really, because we homeschool them, and one of the things that both of us were in marching band in high school and stuff, so we both have musical backgrounds, and I always liked drawing growing up, and I was in a band in college, and so we really wanted to get them into artistic things like music and art and that kind of stuff, because they've done studies, thank you, my dear. They've done studies that show that kids who do things like music and art actually do much better in school, especially things like math and science.
I've never gotten lower than an A. I haven't even gotten an A- in math.
Yep. So, and I think it's because the you know, especially music, it kind of teaches their brain to work a certain way that isn't really available with other types of things. Oh, she gets told not to act weird. We encourage our kids to act weird. In fact, one of our sayings is normal is no fun. So all 3 of my kids are extraordinarily weird, and I'm proud of that. All right, so let's see. So I just made a circle and cut a thing out of it, a wedge out of it, so that I could make like a cap for this. Maybe a little bit bigger wedge. Embrace your weird. That's right.
Is it okay that they're on the grass, or did you want me to put it on the actual cobblestone?
You can put it wherever you want. Whatever you think looks good, honey. That's the beauty of art. It's whatever you think.
We're on the ground.
Make this a little steeper here. Like this, maybe.
Larry. No, it's sinking in. No. It's part of.
Yeah, I mean, my niece and nephew are weird, and my
glue.
brother-in-law's weird. My wife is weird. All of them are. We're all weird, and we love it.
It's one with the glue now.
It is one with the glue.
What?
But yeah, so we got our kids into a lot of artistic stuff. They all play violin. They're all in bands. So she plays trumpet. One of them's a percussionist. One of them plays flute.
You spelled my name right.
They did. They actually got your name right.
Nobody spells my name right.
Way to go, Tiny Bricks. Well, Tiny Bricks, I thank you for that. That makes me feel good to hear that. I'm glad there are other people that think it's important to be parents to children.
Instead of friends.
Because there's too many people, I don't know if this is a problem in other countries, but in America,
I'd rather be friends than parents.
That's right. Too many people that are more concerned about being friends to their kids than they are about being parents to their kids. And that's making a mess of things, I think.
I teach myself.
I mean, I don't like to discipline my kids, but I do because it's good for them.
I do gymnastics. I teach myself.
And I also think that it's important for them to experiment with things when they're younger so that when they get out into the real world, they can do things and make a living doing something that they actually enjoy doing.
Hi, Lucy.
And that they're good at.
How are you?
And they find out what they're good at early. So they've experimented with lots of things. Gymnastics, karate.
Oh, the girls
music,
are not into
art,
gymnastics.
Lucy, come up here. Come on.
Math, science, STEM.
Oh, I love STEM.
Like she really likes the science and stuff. You know, and they take, of course, all the regular school classes, the chemistry and geometry and math and all that stuff, and you got to take those. But you find out, well, I don't want to be a mathematician, or I want to be a mathematician when I grow up. Either way, it's good to find out. So we try to expose them to a lot of stuff. And we try to make them stick with it for a reasonable length of time until they can really find out if they like it or not.
We've done violin for 7 years and band for 4.
Yep.
Almost 5. Don't jump down. No, stay up here.
Makes you almost emotional? Well, I get emotional about it.
She left me.
It's very, well, it's my most important job is being a dad. You know?
Look.
Well, okay, you're right, honey. My most important job is being a husband.
Well, maybe a Christian, then a husband. Then
Yes.
God, wife,
Kids.
They want a big house, a big car, 2.5 kids, dog is... Well, I mean, I think that's a...
No one should want half a
Most-
kid. That's disgusting.
Most... Poor half a kid.
What was his name? What did Opie say?
Oh, gosh, I can't remember. Horatio.
Because he's half a kid.
It's a ratio. Poor Horatio. But yeah, well, I mean, I think that's a problem, Maddie, in most of the Western world. Most developed countries seem to have they're never satisfied and content with what they have. And I mean, you know, I've had that issue myself. That's right. They have to work a ton of hours. And that was a problem I ran into. So I was working, you know, I was a programmer, as I've said 85 times already on this stream. But I was a programmer for 20 years. And I was miserable. And I was working 50 or 60 hours a week most weeks. Or I was gone to other states to work on jobs. Even though I was a programmer and they don't usually travel, but they'd rather buy them lots of things.
Rhiannon.
That's right. We were big proponents of let them cry it out. They'll learn to live in the world.
That makes it sound mean, though.
Well, no. I mean, you know, we didn't abuse them, but we were very conscious of they have to get out in the world and live at some point. So let's let them make mistakes and learn about things while they're with us before they have a major problem. Because either we discipline them or the police do. I mean, it's kind of as simple as that. So, I'm not sure how this got from art to my philosophies on parenting, but whatever. You know, it's an AMA thing. Had a question for Thursday's stream. Found out you could make co-op test chambers. I believe they absolutely would be interested in doing a test chamber for you that you make. Once they finish the main thing, yeah, make away, man. They would love to do that. We'll stream that. That's right, no bubble wrap. I mean, when they're kids, they need to have, you know, the parents are the bubble wrap. We're there to bail them out if they get in over their heads, but you know, I mean, let them make mistakes because it's the only way they learn, you know. Let them fail a test and learn how to make it better, and don't spend your time, oh, it must be the teacher's fault because, well, I mean, we can't blame the teachers because we homeschool them, but, you know, oh, the teacher didn't, it wasn't a fair test, it wasn't fair. Well, you know what? The world isn't fair. Get used to it.
I just realized. Where's the Netherlands?
That's right. They got to learn how to swim. They're never going to do that if you don't put them in the water, but make sure they don't drown. That's what parenting is. We just keep our kids from killing themselves, and otherwise let them screw up.
Where's the Netherlands?
Where's the Netherlands? It's kind of Central Europe.
I've never really known like what kind of food they have there.
What kind of food? Okay, so Maddie and Tiny Bricks, Kaitlyn wants to know what kind of food is in the Netherlands. What is your kind of food? What stuff do you guys eat? Like, what are you going to have for dinner tonight? What'd you have for breakfast and lunch today? Kaitlyn wants to know.
Cheese ball.
Cheese ball.
Chess ball. It's not cheese ball, it's chess ball.
I can't get this stupid thing to stay together. Maybe I just have to hold it for a little while. So I'll just hold this in chat. Chat?
Do you like my throat?
I do. I think those are looking really cool.
Rhiannon.
She's not here.
She's right there.
Oh, she's right here?
She's right there.
What do you want?
I'm trying to get Lucy.
No.
We had bread for breakfast and lunch. And tonight we're having
Capsalon.
Get her,
What's that?
Capsalon. I love your vision on parenting.
Lucy.
Oh well, you're welcome, Tiny Bricks. I'm glad you like it.
I think the rocks don't look good where they're placed, but whatever.
I think they do. I think they look like your road. Now, there's one other thing that you can do. That other thing over there. This is one of my favorite things for flocking. This is just dried up tea from tea bags.
It's not Parmesan cheese.
No.
It's tea.
It's tea. So you take, yeah, the emotional part. Well, I'm sorry you have to miss them, but I'm glad. It seems like they must have done a good job with parenting because you seem like a nice person. And that is a testament to your parents.
And you listening to them.
That's right. But you just take, after we use the tea bags, I would just set them out in the garage, let them dry out, and then open them up and dump them in there. And that makes really great little leaves and stuff. Y'all are getting tea jokes. Wonderful. Oh, it stayed. Oh, I thought
Fries
it stayed.
topped with
Shawarma meat.
Lettuce and cheese grilled in the oven so the cheese...
Oh, that sounds amazing.
What? Fries topped with meat, lettuce and cheese grilled in the oven.
I'm going to their house for dinner tonight.
Cool. Dutch food is real melting pot of food. That's the cheese. Oh yes, please.
Wow.
What do I do with this?
You can use that to just kind of like what you did with the grass, but it's more like dead leaves that have blown around. If you want to. I'm just saying you can do that if you want. You don't have to. Y'all ever tried shawarma? Like colonial times and all sorts of culture. So it's kind of like American cuisine then, because America's basically it's a land of immigrants, so we've got influences from everywhere. So our food there's not a whole lot of American food other than maybe like hot dogs and apple pie, but
apple pie isn't other places.
I know, but that's you typically think, when you think American food, you think hot dogs and apple pie, but see a shawarma scene at the end of Endgame. I think they've done the shawarma.
Just looks like footprints.
Well, that's cool.
There's
almost were speaking. Do you know you almost were speaking Dutch, but English won? Yes, I know. Like the Dutch East India Company was huge down, especially in the Caribbean, and they owned a lot of the New World for a long time. Yeah, I think apple pie is Dutch in origin, and actually there's places in the Northeast, like Pennsylvania is famous for having the Pennsylvania Dutch, which are a kind of a fundamentalist religious community.
Oh, what's the word? Who are they like?
Quakers?
No. No. There's I can't think of it. It's when Dutch is. There's a name for. I can't think of it.
Well, true, they are more German.
Mommy.
Although Dutch is very. I mean, the Dutch culture is similar to German, isn't it?
I probably wasted about the equivalent.
The Dutch language is very similar to German, I think, right?
There we go. Now about a quarter of a tea bag of waste.
I mean, actually, English is a Germanic language, so they're all kind of rooted in the same thing, but
what?
It's not a Romance language.
I need
at least
paper.
Like real English. American English is kind of a hodgepodge of all kinds of different languages, but
wait, what's English and what's American English?
Well, English is English, but American English has a lot of words in daily use that are from other cultures.
Like what?
Well, I mean, there's just tons of them. Batman and Superman. Yeah, the Hishi Cafe. That would be awesome, just at the end of Endgame. Because I'm Batman.
Cookie Kev. Who's Cookie Kev? Thank you for following our channel.
Very similar. Some words in Dutch that are very offensive in German are the other way around. Oh, well, okay. I'll have to be careful if I ever learn German or Dutch to make sure I don't just carry those straight over to the other country.
I'm Batman. I'm good. I'm Batman. I'm good.
That was a funny episode.
What do I do again? Oh yeah, sure.
Whatever you want to do, whatever you
glue.
think looks good.
Make it glue.
So she's making some roads. We're making kind of a town scene with the market stalls and all that stuff for our D&D, and she's making some roads for it. So she's got some little cobblestone roads going there.
Okay, I'm gonna fix up this part. I like that.
So I think that looks... That's right, no mistakes. Happy little accidents. She's a huge fan of Bob.
And yet I don't have anything. I don't have a shirt. I don't have a poster. I don't got nothing.
Yes, Bob Ross was a wise man. He was also a drill sergeant in the military.
Yes.
Can you imagine that man yelling at soldiers?
I wrote an entire biography about him that was over 1,000 words. And I learned so much because I watched like an hour. One of the only things that has information about Bob Ross is a documentary, one of the only documentaries that he did. And he said that he didn't want to share tons of stuff, but
Beep beep lettuce. What is that?
What?
What? Becky, you're very weird.
Am I weirder?
I love you, girl, but my gosh, you're weird.
Please tell me I'm weirder.
Well, I don't think anybody's as weird as Becky. She's a one of a kind thing.
I thought I was one of them.
Well, you are one of a kind, but I think Becky broke the mold.
Mommy always tells me that I broke the mold.
Oh, I don't know. You guys are in a close competition there, but man, she's a weird kid. So the white glue isn't working too well with this. Maybe super glue will work better. Let's see. I don't know how super glue works on foam, but we're about to find out. Because the white glue just ain't cutting it. I am going to glue my fingers together.
But glue doesn't cut anything.
Shush, child. All right. I am just going to glue my fingers together.
I don't know either, and I live with her.
Beep, beep, lettuce.
I like how it always turns out different.
See, Tiny Bricks and Maddie, we surround ourselves with
like
weird,
a cow.
nerdy people.
Wait,
if
look,
you can't tell from
look
the
at
chat.
the camera. It looks like a cow skin,
It kind of does.
but it's cobblestone
Yeah,
road.
right. All right, well, apparently super glue works on the foam. Because I finally got that thing to hold together. So then we're going to glue it on top of that and paint it. And I think we will be done with the TARDIS. Yeah, she is doing a pretty good job on the roads, right? I think that's going to look nice. We have some market stalls lined up next to it, you know. And once these things dry, we'll keep working on those. And Market Lady here, and she's selling some stuff. And we'll have some stuff on the tables. And
More stuff and stuff and
I gotta
stuff.
get the tables painted.
And stuff.
All right, so let's see what we're gonna do here. I want the crease on the back so that the front looks nice.
Oh no.
Man, I've got glue and super glue and white glue and all kinds of stuff all over my hands. I've tried to glue my fingers together several times today.
Mom, you're gonna kill me. I dropped this in here. So,
Oh no.
Like a few pieces of
Whatever
it,
are you gonna do?
so I can't drink it.
Just drink
I
it.
don't think she was intending on drinking it anyway. I think she was just coming up with a reason not to drink it.
But I swear I didn't
Go
mean to.
clean that cup out right now too, because you've been letting it. I don't want to see
Yeah,
that
go
happen
clean
again.
it. That gets nasty.
When you have that, you don't eat it with a spoon. You drink it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Man, we are so trapped in here with all this gear. She can't get out.
I want that clean
Can't
dirt.
get out of the game.
Not just.
We're like, I've got a table sitting over here, like a temporary table with this camera sitting on it, this one, and so that it can get low enough to see everything. She's got this camera attached to the window behind her, so there's this big long arm here. So I can't get out this way. She can't get out that way. Beep beep lettuce to the girls. Okay. Well, I'll take a look at beep beep lettuce when I'm done with the stream.
What is Mickey Mouse's mom's name?
I was just thinking of it last night.
Why?
Patty.
Why were you?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, lucky she does gymnastics. That's right. You should have seen her down there. She was on the floor just, it was like those action movies where they're like crawling through the laser lights and stuff. Abster says hi, Miss Wendy.
Who?
Abster.
Hello. I shall see you this evening.
Yeah, they're all going to the board game night too. So they're all going to hang out and do nerdy board games. While Kaitlyn and I hang out and do something else nerdy. Woohoo! Alright, so I think this will look just fine. Let's, no! Gluing my finger to it. I guess I'll just put some glue on here and glue this down, right? Yeah. And then we'll just pop some paint on it and call it done. So why are you down there on the floor, child?
Because my stomach hurts.
You are so weird.
Because duh. Because my stomach hurts.
Oh. That's always a reason to just crawl on the floor.
But, well, I was going under the table and then I was already on the floor and it made my stomach feel better, so I just sat there for a second.
Oh, okay. Now, I need my phthalo blue. Where is that? It is
right
here.
Here's your
No.
blue.
Goober. Let's get my doohickey. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we can finish this thing up. Oh my gosh. It bubbled out. Oh, that's quite the mess. Quite the mess. Messy, messy. So, you said you guys had bread for breakfast and lunch. What kind of bread? I mean, is it just like, regular old loaf of white bread, or do you guys have like some cool bread over there?
Where is this? Netherlands?
Netherlands.
You think they would have like heartier bread? Like
You think? Like
brown, like a brown bread.
French bread or Italian bread, those type of things?
No,
6
brown.
hours?
Not like that French stuff. Brown.
Oh.
Like, the dark bread.
Why did she say 6 hours?
More dense.
Till the game night.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, is it like, well, I'm sure you have all kinds of breads over there, but like the stuff you commonly eat, is it more of a dense bread, or is it kind of a light and fluffy type thing, or what is it like? You said you eat a lot of bread, or is it just lots of different kinds? Oh no. Well, I hope we don't lose you. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys.
What?
They're having internet issues. Doop 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 doop.
Same, me too, same.
Yeah.
Same with the internet issues?
Oh, everybody's having internet issues? Oh, is it us? Maybe Twitch is
Here's my road.
having a fit. Doesn't look like I'm having any streaming problems.
That looks better.
It's streaming at 6200. Let me check the... Uh-oh. What's the problem we have, Houston?
Who's
Let me check the... It's making it to Twitch okay. Oh, it's looking better now.
What does oof mean?
It means oof.
It's Becky's catchphrase.
Huh.
Ow!
So is it just our channel, or is it Twitch, or I mean, because?
Oh yeah, I'm getting buffering too.
Oh, you are?
But I'm not getting anything on my. Let me look at YouTube. See if it's us.
Because it says, I mean, I looked at the back end. It says we're streaming fine. There's no.
I'll play a video that's not Twitch and see if it starts buffering. But Twitch was buffering.
I mean, I can't imagine.
It is Twitch. It's Twitch. Like, it's still buffering, and I'm watching a video on YouTube. It's Twitch.
Okay, but is it just our channel?
Let's see.
Can be dense, just depends on what you prefer. White, whole wheat, brown bread, cornbread, bread that's low in carbs. Okay, so lots of bread. So you guys are big into the bread over there, huh? I wonder why that is. I wouldn't have thought. I mean, is there a lot of grain industry or something over in the Netherlands? Is that a big thing? I don't know what kind of industry the Netherlands has. I mean, what? Yeah, I don't know if it's Twitch or if it's just our channel. I'm hoping it's not just our channel. Or it could just be our Twitch server.
I'm watching another channel. It just started buffering.
Oh, okay.
It's Twitch.
So it's Twitch.
Faux show.
All right. Well, that makes me feel better. Maybe they just had a big spike in viewers or something. Maybe this is the time of day.
Well, it's going off and on. It's doing.
Charizard, what's happening, man? Welcome back. How are you? Charizard, we've got quite the lively chat going on today. Okay, so it's Twitch in general is having a hissy fit. Well, I mean, I don't guess there's anything I can do about that, much as I wish I could. Hopefully the chat will keep going. Maybe it'll clear up in a minute.
Becky has requested you look at these.
Are these the
memes.
the weird memes? All right, let's see the weird memes.
Max and Ruby.
So they make a special type of flower. Huh.
Let me see.
I'm just kind of wondering why. I mean, does it do you think it's like, is like your bread consumption over there? Because that was like the first thing you mentioned. Beep beep lettuce. She's showing me these beep beep lettuce memes, and so far I'm not getting them. But
Let me see.
so I'm just wondering, is like bread consumption like a really big thing over there? Is it like everybody does that, and it's just a big thing, or what's? Is it a cultural thing? Is it more than maybe other countries, or how is that? How is the bread thing? I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to learn. I can be taught. Wow, this is really hard to get up under here. Wow, we've got a lot of people in here today. Wow, that makes me really happy. As well as something that keeps, well, it's easy to take with. Well, that's true. Bread, it does travel easily.
Becky, we all think you're weird.
I've known that for a long time.
I'm weirder.
Well,
No, I'm weirder.
probably.
Yay.
Easy to
Does
take
she
when
have
working on
drusen
farms
and
stuff.
ADHD? No. That means I'm weird.
Beep beep lettuce, Becky. Okay, all I can tell you is beep beep lettuce. I don't know what that means, but beep beep lettuce. All right. Well, there's a thing.
Okay. I got it.
So I think.
This way was much easier. You just mix it in with the glue.
Oh, I see.
And then you can just put it instead of just
Very nice.
placing each one.
So I think we're done with our TARDIS, folks.
We're not done with the stream yet, are we?
No, we're not done with the stream. I'm just done with the TARDIS. The TARDIS was just something I wanted to get finished up today, so that we can concentrate on the other things. You're done with what, Abster?
See y'all later.
Oh. Dia, Abster.
See you later.
Thanks, Maddie. I think that will be a proud addition to my Nerdmobilia shelf back here. See, Abby? Hmm? Nine. I don't know what you're saying to me.
Look.
Thanks, Larry. Oh. Alright, so once that dries, I will just put it up on display. I gotta make some room. We actually got a couple new guys here to the family. So for our birthday, Wendy and my birthday, our birthdays are a month apart. So we just got our birthday presents from our best friends. They sent me a xenomorph up here. So his name is Bill Paxton. So he just joined the family, and they sent her oh good, the buffering stopped. They sent her a Ripley in her spacesuit, so she joined the family, and you can see they're kind of hanging out together, even though they shouldn't be. But in our family, they're friends. Right? Right. Ripley and the xenomorph just hanging together, being cool with each other.
I don't have anything to do, and I really don't want to do the roads.
Well, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
You don't know. Bye, TARDIS. We'll see you. We'll see you in a place of prominence on the next stream.
I did these things, and I finished the 2 of the cobblestone roads, but I really don't want to start on the other one today.
You got a friend in me. That's right, Becky. They're up there just singing, right? All right, so you don't want to start another road today? You don't want to start drawing roads?
Uddy.
What?
Alright, I got to go.
All right, see you back. The girls will see you tonight. I won't.
Me neither.
So I think we need to paint these tables. So you get some brown. And here's what you want to do with this. So I think this, no, not that brown. Well, maybe that brown.
Where is my palette?
It's right in front of you.
Oh. Where's my paintbrush? Look, it blends in with all the different colors.
It does. All right, so all this, we got some awesome food to put on those things. So we need to.
Where did you put my paintbrush?
It's right here.
Yeah.
All right, so what you want to do? What you want to do is we want to kind of stain these, like I stained the stuff for the tavern. So,
but that smelled.
No, not that stain.
Oh.
So you take some. Oh, maybe we do it with this one. Yeah. So do this and kind of water it down 50-50. You paint on the tables and then you kind of wipe them with a paper towel a little bit. Okay. But you got to be careful because those legs will come off easily. That's fine. You'll need a good bit of paint because that balsa wood sucks up paint really easily. Oh, don't want that to spill. Well, I'm happy you found this stream too, Tiny Bricks. I'm having it's a real joy talking to you and your wife. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I that's one of the main reasons I really like doing this live is getting to talk to people and just having fun talking to people and meeting people and learning people and having new friends.
Learning people.
And learning.
You said learning people.
Learning people. It's just really fun.
Is that 50-50?
Yeah, close enough.
Disgusting.
It kind of does, but it'll look good once you get the wood stain on it. So just
a lot or a little?
Just normal amount. Just put it on there and and then wipe it off with a paper towel once you get it done. And it should kind of stain the wood.
I didn't get a paper towel.
Yeah, meeting people is so much fun. I really enjoy it, especially with Twitch. One of the reasons I do this in the morning is because it puts me in a time zone or a time slot where I can meet a lot of people from other countries, and that's really fun for me.
It's just kind of paint on wood.
Yeah, but it'll look good once you get it all done. Yeah, that's cool. There's tables. They're going to be covered up with stuff, so we just need to kind of get them brown. And you may not even need to do the wiping off. You probably don't need to, actually.
Probably.
Yeah, it's not going to do much. Oh, I'm glad it's fun for you, Maddie. I'm glad you're enjoying your time here.
The leg came
I
off.
really am. Well, we'll glue them back on. Just don't lose it.
It's right there.
Okay. But yeah, we want people to come here and have fun. I want other people, I want the chat to have fun too.
You just cracked a bunch of knuckles.
I know. It hurt. My finger was hurting. All right, so I'm going to see if I can put some of these things together.
Another one just came off. Why?
Yeah, those hard things are hard to keep on there.
Then why would you make me paint the table?
Well,
How
because
is
what
that
else are you
gonna
going to do?
stand up?
Well, we'll put the legs back. Oh my
How is
gosh,
that
they're
gonna
all coming off. All right, well, just paint them and
Did you
put them
use
back on.
super glue? Daddy.
What?
Did you use super glue?
No, I used white glue, so it probably wasn't. One of the things with painting and white glue is it makes the glue wet again, so it tends to loosen up. So just paint it and we'll glue it back. Just keep the legs with the table, paint all the bits, and then we'll glue them back on after. Okay? Okay. I know. Yeah, the U.S. streamers, a lot of our streams are at night. Like 7 p.m. for us is when we start a lot of our streams. But that's because, A, I was working a full-time job and didn't get home till about 6, so we couldn't stream earlier than that. And B, kids in school and all that stuff. So it was kind of hard. Now that I don't have that job anymore and I'm trying to start something different, I've got a much more flexible schedule, and I liked this primarily because, we start here at 10 a.m. So, most Americans, well, at least the first 2 time zones of Americans, because we have 4 time zones here. Well, technically more than that if you count Alaska and Hawaii. But anyway, most Americans would still be able to watch us, but then we also get to interact with Europeans. It's still a bit rough for like Australia because they're on the complete opposite end of the world.
But Prodigy
there is no
is a night owl and stays up until 3.
That's right. So, but I tried to get it so that I could meet people outside of
the
U.S. I like meeting people in the U.S. too. And believe me, there's plenty of other cultures in the U.S. I can talk to them about.
Only one came off on that one.
Oh, good. Because the U.S. is huge, actually. Really, really big and has a ton of different cultures in it.
The U.S. is a country, right?
Yes. It's in the continent of North America.
This looks disgusting.
Yeah, it kind of does. Looks like you've been playing in poo. Yeah, that's gross. Ew.
Mom.
Hey. They said I just saw something that said a hard reset is actually taking both the wires off and touching them together.
I had seen that too, but I didn't want to do that without talking to Mike first, because I don't know that much about cars and I didn't want to blow your car up.
Who's Mike? Oh, your boss?
No.
Oh, Mike the mechanic.
Yes. What am I doing wrong here? What have I done?
I was like, your boss likes cars. cars.
So we got... what is going on? Oh, there we go. That is way too narrow. I need them...
Mama.
Oh.
Mom.
Yeah, so I want to do it that wide. All right.
Hold on.
So my wife's car, she has a Dodge Caravan. No, it didn't blow up. And she went to start it the other day, and it started and then immediately shut off. And her the security light started blinking, and then when she tried to turn it, it wouldn't even try to turn over. All right, see you, Larry. Kind of don't know how big the U.S. is. Yeah, it is. I mean, a lot of people don't. But also, if you look at a flat map, it doesn't really show you the actual size of the U.S. in comparison to other places. The U.S. is really, really big. It's like just Florida, for example. Just Florida, from one side to the other, from the east side to the west side, is
like 3 hours.
3 hours. That's just Florida. And that's the
50,
skinny state.
There are 50 states.
So yeah, the U.S. is a huge country. Man, I start talking about so many things. Yeah, Florida's bigger than the Netherlands. Like to get from the top to the bottom is like an 8 to 10 hour drive.
From side to side, it's like 3.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of Florida. We went to Georgia, and it took us like 6 hours to get to Georgia, and then we still had to drive more into Georgia.
Right. So the U.S. is a huge country, and it's got huge differences in culture. So it's like, if you drive to a different state, it's almost like driving to a different country a lot of times.
Except for us, it's like driving to a different state.
Well, but I mean, it would be like Europeans driving to a different country, Anyway, I was talking, I get so sidetracked with all the talking I do. I was talking about my wife's car. My wife's car, 8 to 10 hour drive, you're in Paris. Yep, it's pretty big. Anyway, my wife's car. So she tried to start it again, and it just blinked at her and the starter wouldn't even go. So, and I'm not much of a car person. I'm a nerd. I don't know cars at all. I don't know anything about cars. So I did some research on it and found out seems like the security system has been tripped, and so it shut the car off. It has shut all the electrics in the car off. And so it's got one of those keys where it's the plastic key, and it, when you put it in the ignition, it shuts the security system off. So first we thought, well, maybe the batteries are going dead in that, so we replaced the batteries.
You thought.
Or I thought. Well, that was
zero.
That was one of the things I had researched.
I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with the
And where'd the glue go? Didn't I just have it? Oh. So then I saw people saying, well, sometimes the computer in the car gets confused, so you need to reset the computer. So disconnect one of the wires from the battery, and for a while, and the computer will reset. So we disconnected one of the wires from the battery yesterday, and that didn't work. So one of the other things I saw that I didn't really want to try because it seemed kind of dangerous was they said to reset the computer, really, you have to disconnect both wires from the battery and touch them together. Now, I know a little bit about batteries, and that didn't seem terribly safe to me. But so I wanted to talk to a mechanic. We have a friend that's a mechanic before I actually did that.
Not to mention, even if that would actually fix it, or just start the car enough to get it somewhere,
or
everyone else
blow
is saying,
everything up.
Everyone else is saying it's that ignition switch. It's the wiring behind the steering wheel.
Right.
So how would that just fix that?
Well, it wouldn't. If it's the computer that has just gotten gummed up, it would fix that. But
well, yeah.
All right, this is going to be an interesting exercise in patience, I think. Oh my goodness.
It looks like my hand is made out of wax. Look on the camera.
Yeah, cars are not my thing either. I don't know. I mean, I can change the oil in a car if I don't like to do it, but I can do it. I know how to change the oil. I can put gas in them. But
let's be honest, you just don't like to get dirty.
well, that either. And I fundamentally know how combustion engines work. But I couldn't do, if the car breaks down, it's going to the mechanic. That's not my thing.
Well, I just sent a message to her because I have her on Facebook. Gave her the base info.
They had a
Which I'm sure she wants to hear about stuff about cars on the weekend.
Do they do their on the weekend?
What?
Is there stuff on the weekend?
No, they're not open on the weekend. That's right. That's what mechanics are there for. And thank goodness we have friends that we met. Yeah, we pet sit their dogs, and they love us because their dogs are their babies, and their dogs really enjoy coming here. So they've gotten to be friends of ours, and he owns a mechanic shop. So that's convenient since I don't know a thing about cars. Man, I am really having a problem with this.
And
I think maybe this was not the right way to do this.
Whenever we go to the mechanic, we get to see the doggies.
Yeah, so I think better way to do this is to make the boxes at the top first, then put the legs on. That's going to be the easier thing to do.
Why were you putting the legs on before you finished the
Because
box?
I'm a dum-dum.
Oh my gosh, they have the dogs downtown right now. I just looked at her Facebook page 30 minutes ago. They're in downtown Winter Garden at Spring Fever in the Garden.
Oh.
Look, he's in a stroller.
Oh my goodness.
I love Mickey.
And they're down there right now.
They have two cute little dogs, little dachshunds named Mickey and Moose.
Dachshunds?
Yes.
Chihuahuas.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Like, what are you talking about?
Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas.
Chihuahua.
They have Chihuahuas. They're brothers, but one of them was the runt of the litter, and that's Moose. So he's half the size of Mickey. He's a tiny little thing. His name is Moose.
Barely eats anything compared to Mickey. We have to push Mickey away because he'll steal all of Moose's food if we're not careful.
Yep.
So we have to pick him up and let Moose have a chance to eat, and then when Moose is done, which it takes him like 30 minutes to eat, which is funny and cute because he takes one piece at a time. But we have to wait for him to be done, and then we can put Mickey down, and then he finishes the rest of Moose's food.
Yep. Yeah, they are very different. I'm just, like I said, haven't had enough coffee yet today. My brain is just bleh.
Was two very different?
Chihuahuas and dachshunds.
Yeah.
You spell dachshunds like that?
Yep.
I thought it was
It's a German word.
D-O-X-I-N-S.
What did you just say?
D-O-X-I-N-S.
Wow.
Yeah, dachshund is a German word, and it means
Dachshund?
some type of hound, some type of dog. I'm sure you could probably translate it. Couldn't you? Dachshund? I don't know what dachs means.
Maybe.
But it's a German word, right? I'm probably butchering that because I don't actually speak any German. Badger dog.
They did not. They didn't hunt badgers, did they?
Apparently they did. I mean, that would be good for it. That, long skinny things that go into badger holes. So is that what
Badgers are pretty...
Dutch known as a tackle? What, the badger or the dog? What's a tackle?
The dogs.
The dogs? Those type of dogs? Oh. Cool. So they're not dachshunds, they're tackles?
This is the first verifiable reference to the dachshund, originally named Dachs Krieger. I don't know how to say German words. And it says either badger crawler or badger warrior, came from books written in the early 18th century. Prior to that, there exist references to badger dogs and whole dogs, but these refer to purposes rather than specific breeds. The original German dachshunds were larger than modern full-size variety, weighing between 31 and 40 pounds, and originally came in straight-legged and crooked-legged varieties. The modern descends from the crooked leg. And the breed is famous for its use in exterminating badgers and badger baiting. Dachshunds were also commonly used for rabbit. See, a new rabbit in like rabbit hunting, yeah. For rabbit and fox hunting, for locating wounded deer, and in packs were known to hunt game as large as wild boar.
Jeez.
And as fierce as the wolverine. No, you
oh my gosh!
Be kidding me.
No wonder those little dogs are nuts. Hunting wolverines.
I mean, I have to say, our dachshund was a hunter. She killed. We had a lab. He wasn't killing nothing. She killed and ate a squirrel. She would hunt lizards, and she was smart, too. She knew how to capture. Like, she tried to kill the Easter Bunny. I think she might have killed the Easter Bunny. Oh, she was definitely a hunter.
So if the Easter Bunny doesn't come to your house, it's our dog's fault.
Yeah, it happened many moons ago.
That's who you blame.
Wow, I didn't have any idea it referred to badgers.
I didn't either.
Wow.
All I knew was it was a German word.
So dachs, I don't know how you say it, but D-A-C-H-S is actually is the word badger.
Huh.
And I guess hound would refer to hound, but it's not really saying it. Well,
I think that's the German word for dog, isn't it?
I don't know. Badger dog. So yeah, it would have to come from, it's dog then. Yeah. Wow. That is fascinating.
Oh. Yeah, dachs is badger. Hund. It's Hund, right? Because in German, the D is almost pronounced like a T, right?
Is this the Netherlands?
Yeah. But Dutch is very similar to German. At least to American ears, it sounds very similar. It's the same type of.
You could be completely wrong. You're just talking like you think you know.
No, they said it's very similar, but I've heard people speaking Dutch a little bit, and it's that kind of throaty, guttural type language. A lot of back of the throat sounds. Oh, okay, so I have some squares. I guess that's a thing. Got to make some more squares. Das. Ah. Das and Hund. Hund. I'm butchering that, I'm sure. Horrible at language. I like it. I think it's neat. I just can't do it. Where'd Kaitlyn go?
Wow,
oh, you're done for today.
Just ditched you.
She did. She just went away.
I'm going away, and I'm gonna actually attempt to make pretzels.
You're gonna make pretzels?
I'm gonna attempt to make like an Aunt Annie style pretzel.
Cool.
Real quick.
I want some.
Duh.
I'm gonna get some pretzels, y'all.
Not German style though.
Not German. No.
American style.
I would like some German beer though. Actually, any beer would be nice right now. That'd be nice this afternoon. A little bit of beer. A little beer. Have a little beer. So I guess it's just us now, guys. We're all alone. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? This knife is getting kind of dull. Dull. Man, I really want to try what you guys are having for dinner. That sounds so amazing. I forgot what you called it, but it's, oh my gosh, fries and meat and melted cheese. So it's like, it's almost like nachos but with fries. Daddy dancing. Here we go. The kids aren't here, so cut loose, right? Can't act like a fool in front of them. That's not true. I act like a fool in front of them all the time. I act like a fool in front of anybody because I just don't care. Already married. Who do I have to impress other than my wife? And she already knows I'm an idiot. Cap salon. The Dutch hairdresser. That's... Why? That just... I don't get it. Why? I'm not getting that. That's a weird thing. Oh, the backstory. That was amazing. You like my dancing? I'm just the best dancer ever. I should teach classes. I can't floss though, so don't ask me to do that. Well, if that's what Dutch hairdressers eat, then I have to say those people are amazing. You guys can't even see what I'm doing, can you? I'm just cutting bits of wood. You're not missing anything. It's more about the talking, right? What else can we talk about? What do you want to know about America? Are you even curious about America? I'm not curious about America. I live here. I know everything there is to know about America. No, not really. Dull knives. I'm going to end up slicing my finger off here. Watch. That'll be entertaining though, won't it? Just watch me carrying around the end of my finger. I don't think my wife would be entertained. I don't know, she might be. What did I just cut? Those pieces? Okay. So those are that way. And here we go. Uh-oh. Do I have more of this size of wood? Shawarma. Other than the Rotterdam always delivered to a hairdresser. To save time, asked them to throw everything in one day. Neat! That's cool. Huh. What am I doing? And the first time I'd ever even heard the word shawarma was in customer saw and asked what it was. We're told tell the place they wanted a capsule. Oh, neat. Well, that makes sense. So it's fries, meat, and salad all thrown together. Cool. Well, I have to say that hairdresser invented one of the best foods ever in the history of food. Sounds to me like. Anyway, shawarma. The first time I ever heard that, of course, was at the end of Avengers. I have no idea what it is. I mean, I know it's meat, but I don't really know what it is. Oh, these are all... about the same size. That was an accident. Huh. Well, tell you what, that's something that should have been imported to the U.S. We get a lot of imported foods. That would have been a winner. You guys need to bring that here. Because I guarantee you Americans would just tear into that like crazy. Americans and food are a thing. Great recipe for really easy and delicious when you
What country isn't into food though? Everybody loves food.
Well, yeah, everybody loves food, but I mean, Americans can do some food. I mean, if you can't tell, we can do some food. Just saying. I've eaten a meal or two.
You haven't tasted a lot of other countries' foods.
Huh?
You haven't tasted a lot of other countries' foods. Not.
Oh, I'm not saying we make the best food. I'm saying we eat lots of food.
That you what?
We eat lots of food. We love food. We'll have to see what that is. I mean, it sounds pretty easy. You just throw a bunch of stuff in a pile and cook it, right? I mean, even I could do that, and I'm not allowed in the kitchen because I screw up boiling water. Can you post a link? Well, the MooBot won't let you post a link in the chat, but what you could do, what I'd really love for you to do, is post a link on our Facebook page, because then I can see it. Can you do that? And I'll take a look. I'll pop right over to the Facebook page and have a look at the link. But that way, everybody can see it. And we share with the world. Because that's what it's all about, right? I don't know. Is it? Maybe. Maybe it is. It's on her way. All right. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. And when you posted it up there, let me know and I'll pop on there and see. So what is shawarma? I mean, it's some kind of meat, right? But I don't really know what it is. I don't even know where it came from. It sounds Middle Eastern to me, like a Middle Eastern type name, but I don't know. I always thought it was like some kind of Middle Eastern meat thing, but I never really have checked into it. But now I'm interested as to what exactly shawarma is. Just interested to know. Meat with herb mix, chicken, lamb. Oh, so it's not any particular thing. It's more about the herbs in it than the meat in it. Recipes for chicken. Okay, good. I like chicken. Cool. All right, let's make a couple more of these things. We'll have 4 market stalls. Where'd the glue go? Oh, is she giving us a recipe? Is that the link? Awesome. Hey, we're getting a recipe for their hairdresser food.
Their what?
Their hairdresser food.
What?
I'll tell you, they have a food called Capsalon, right? I'm sure the accent on that is horrible and pronouncing it wrong, but it's basically their word. They said it's their word for hairdresser, and it's like it's fries with shawarma meat on them, with like veg on top, and they cook it all like cheese and veg, and they cook it all together. And she's putting a recipe up for us.
Oh my gosh.
She said it's really easy.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know anything about cooking, but she said it's really. They said it's really easy. I mean, it sounds like you just get some fries and some meat and some cheese and stuff, and it's kind of like nachos, but with fries, almost.
It reminds me of poutine.
Poutine? Yeah, kind of.
Have you had that?
I have not, but you told me about it.
Dude, you need to have it.
That's the Canadian thing, right?
Yeah. That's really like cheese gravy and meat.
Cheese, gravy, and meat.
On fries.
On fries. Yeah, so apparently my wife tried this Canadian thing called poutine, and it's really good too. It's kind of like that, but it's meat and gravy and cheese on fries. No veg, because, yeah, poutine is gravy. She said it was really good. I haven't had it, but she loved it. And it sounds amazing to me. I certainly would want to try it.
I think the one I had was pork. Was a pork one.
You got a pork one?
I don't know if they do other meats or not.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds amazing, so I can imagine it looks amazing.
I actually didn't think it sounded amazing at all. And it doesn't look good.
Well, it's a weird name, but...
Huh?
It's a weird name, but man, it sounds like it would be awesome.
But that's probably French or something, right?
Probably. I mean, big portion of Canada is French, so, well, not a big portion, but I guess population-wise, it's a big portion. But yeah, it sounds like it would be kind of a French word. Dooby dooby doo. Wait. All right, so what, besides the Lego stuff, what other kinds of hobbies are you guys into? What other kinds of cool things do you guys do? Because I'm interested to know. My gosh, been doing this for almost 3 hours. But I'm having fun talking, so, you know, whatever. Lego, Funko, Being Geeks, Foodies. Nice. You'd fit right in this house. That sounds like all the stuff we like. I mean, I'm not so much into Legos, but I guess this isn't so much different than that for a hobby. If it's nerdy, you're into it, huh? All right, let's fix these tables up. She got these all painted. So what are some of your favorite shows that you like to watch? Shows and or movies? I'm sure probably a lot of things that I like. Ooh, 20th Anniversary Slave 1. That sounds cool. Was it like a Lego Slave 1? Signed by who? that's cool. Designers of Lego. Neat. That's fun. Recipe on Faith. Thank you, Maddie. We are going to try that sometime, because my wife is all about easy meals, because with homeschooling the kids and all the other stuff she has to do, she doesn't have a tremendous amount of time to cook. She's really good at it, but she didn't have a lot of time for it. So we're always on the hunt for easy meals. Yeah, I know. It's getting on up there, right? And I think, yeah, I've been doing this almost 3 hours. I think, my gosh, I'm getting hungry too. What time is it here? It's, oh my gosh, it's past lunchtime. My goodness. Well, I think I'm going to call it for today. So we got some beginnings on the market stalls. These will be the tops. We'll cover those with some stuff. Once the table's dry, we'll make some more tables, but we'll get some of the food on there. I've got some little tiny, I'm going to make some more, but some like bolts of cloth that somebody's going to be selling and stuff like that. And we've got quite a bit of stuff to do on the roads, and we'll get this all set up. Maybe do another barrel of some kind of fruit, maybe green apples or oranges or something. But yeah, I thank you guys for stopping by. I'm really glad you found the channel. I hope that you have a wonderful night and a wonderful dinner. I know it's going to be wonderful because, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. We're going to have to try that stuff. It was good talking to everybody. I had a lot of fun today. It was a real fun chat, and I hope you guys enjoyed being here. I hope that you'll come back. I know tonight's stream is going to be a little late for the Netherlands because you guys will be probably unconscious at that point, but because we'll be around 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time, so it's going to be early morning for you. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really did, and if nothing else, I hope we see you next Saturday. We'll be here at the same time every Saturday. And we stream a lot of other times too, so if you ever get to check it, I'll be back. I hope you will. I had a lot of fun today. And please, follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. And YouTube. All of our stuff goes up onto YouTube, so in case you miss it, you can watch it there. Lots of fun. Anyway, and please bring some friends. If you ever come, tell your friends about us, because we want to meet lots of new people and have lots more friends for us. So introduce us to your friends. That'd be really cool. Until next time, build on.